Alright, boys. We are going to do a VOD review right now. I got an ad. Hold on a second. Alright. So, let us... wait for it to go like HD. Okay, there we go. You're playing into Ret Rogue, Outlaw Rogue. Did you show your talents already?
Can't remember if I did or not.
Okay. Show talents for a split second. I don't know if you changed them again. So personally, I will always play Poison Cleansing into a Rogue.
I think I only do it on
I'll
assassination.
always play
usually.
Poison Cleansing into a Rogue. Just because it's their like Mortal Strike, you could just press it and behind a pillar and it spam resets. Sorry, I was looking at your talents. What you could drop here is you could potentially, because Stone Skin's good too into Outlaw. You could drop Prep, or you could try to drop Aura Mastery and just pick up Mana Spring to save a talent. You could try to drop Hex. What comp are you playing again?
Draco Cleave.
Oh, you're playing this comp. Okay. Thinking. I mean, Hex is probably okay for resetting. I probably wouldn't drop Hex. The Prep is really nice. Poison Cleansing might not be as insane versus... no, it's not sub, it's Outlaw. Poison Cleansing is really nice here.
Touchpad is.
I would probably try to drop the Aura Mastery in this situation. It's a tough call, though. And also over here, missing out on 10% stam really, really sucks. Like, things scale so well with 10% health. I think you just need to get used to playing without Imp Prime Wave. It's tough, honestly. Imp Prime Wave is really nice. Shorter CD is really nice. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that you should play this, but I've tried dropping this before too, and then every single time someone dies, I have to ask myself the question, would they have lived? So just in general, like Death Strike healing is based off HP, Shell is based off HP.
Dude, I had so many people tell me I need to play
Rescue is
Improved
based
Prime.
off HP. Your Nature's Guardian is based off HP. So the more HP you have, you know, the more those things heal for. And then on top of that, you're less likely to die 100-0 in a stun because you have increased HP. And this is like definitely a comp that can kill in stuns. So let's look at one of your last VODs you sent me. And let's go ahead and compare the difference on the action bars, because you cleaned up the action bars a little bit. And let me actually open up your homework. Erradic homework. All right. So last time we talked, I wanted you to space out your healing streams more, but okay. Space out your healing streams more. Make sure you reset your Earthern. Try to move your Earthern more if you guys move out of it. Try to protect your tides a little bit. Maybe dispel more dots. Use focus frame. All right, so I'm gonna pull this over here and see if you're doing that well. Let me get this out at 240p for a second here so we can see the action bar difference. Actually, it might honestly just be better if I screenshot it. Okay, here we go. This should be good enough. Let's go ahead and screenshot it here. Close this.
He's got to at least give me props on my action bars.
Shit, didn't mean to do that. Motherfucker, man. He's milking me for ads, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to.
This is a long game. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this screenshot. And... alright, so it looks like you got your rotational instance up here. I like that. Earthern right next to your prep. I like that a lot. I like the double visuals too. Primordial, NS, Nature's Guard, or AG all in the same area. It's actually really important to know which NS has AG or not, so that's good. You moved your Prime Wave from over here. You still could see your Greater Purge. You can still see your Lava Burst, your Static. Your static's also next to projection too. I was gonna say sometimes having, like for me, having static next to projection is pretty nice. But yeah, this looks really clean, man. You got your defenses right here. You got your wall, your R mastery, is your link around here. So trinket link, healing tide, gift. This looks like, in my opinion, pretty fucking solid. I like it a lot. I feel like you got all your shit where you need to. You look down and everything is like right there at a glance, you know? So that's sick. That is definitely, in my opinion, an upgrade. So let's go ahead and see where this match takes us to. So Holy Priest, Ret, Outlaw Rogue, you're going to get CC'd probably a whole bunch. Probably should be looking for hexes here. All right, so single stream, not a double stream yet. We'll see when you drop the double stream. I kind of like, I don't know if this was here last time. I don't know if I remember seeing this. I kind of like seeing this, like, you know, kind of so like in it to win it. Is your UI the same? Is this where everything was at? I told you to use a focus frame. I still know, I don't know if you're actually using a focus frame. I'm actually curious if you want to kind of like pull these party and target down a little bit now, since everything seems to be like so centered. Maybe you can even like center those. Just, you know, just a thought. Don't have to do it because people tell me my UI sucks all the time and I like my shit where it's at. But it could potentially help. So I think you've been a little CC too hard here to actually like do anything. You're basically just losing in the opener essentially. It's probably going to be like in this situation, like when they're doing CC, either your DK like tries to blind to like set up a go so you can like counter, or it's probably going to be like a rescue. So we'll see what's happening here. He IBF the opener. Your dev is rescued, so he can't actually send it immediately. Potentially, maybe like an earlier rescue could put you in like a little bit of a less tricky spot. Shrinking the blind there is obviously a must. Your DK also got the blind off, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't see when he blinded. Let me see here. Okay, so he gets the blind off. I'm trying to see exactly if he misses it or what happens. I think he must have missed the blind because everyone still has trinket and I don't actually see him get blinded. So a little bit unfortunate there. You go for a prime wave, you're going for the NS. This is with an AG, so it's going to be pretty juicy. Obviously, you don't have the time to Earth Shield, you don't have the time to unleash, but still a good decision there, you know? Like, it is a good decision knowing you can't overdo it. Alright, so you're about to get your go here. We'll see what you guys do. See if you try to control the priest. Perfect lasso. Your DK is still dying here. Have we used an Earthern yet?
We have not.
Okay, it looks like we have used an Earthern. So, I think you actually Earthern and reset. Okay, so you Earthern and reset before the go. I think maybe there probably could have been a point in this... a point in this, like, where we're doing instance, where Earth Shield should probably be, like, one of the higher prios here. Like, probably, honestly, right after the NS, I would probably Earth Shield here. You go with a Riptide, and then you go with another Healing Stream, which is fine. I would probably Earth Shield before that. Earth Shield's like a super high priority global just because it gives damage reduction. And then you go for the Earth and reset, and you're like one global behind right now, basically. You know? So any of those globals being Earth Shield would have been 100% fine, but just getting the Earth Shield up before you go for this lasso, you know, obviously you want to get the CC because you're doing the go, and it looks like you just have to cancel your lasso early. Oh, you actually just knock them off just so you could say, fuck it, okay, that's good. I would like to see you probably use, like, Gift of the Naru here, just to get a little bit extra healing. Riptide, it's fine. Unleash, that's fine. Into a Riptide, that's actually really fine. You're trying to Prime Wave. Oh, actually, it might be a macro or something. Okay, you get the Earth Shield up there. Second Earthern, alright. Now let's see if you guys start to run if you move this Earthern. So the Earthern there is good. Everything pretty good so far. You basically pre-Earthen this bomb. You're trying to spam Gift here. So in this situation, it's probably a Riptide over Earth Shield just because he's already super low. And I like that you're using Gift here. Gift Ascendance, is that what you do? Yeah, Gift Ascendance, okay. Probably should get an Earth Shield up again pretty soon. There it is, Earth Shield. Unleash. I personally would have Riptided before that Unleash just because Riptide heals for more than if you Riptide Unleash Riptide. You'll have the stronger hot rolling for longer, but it's very minimal and it doesn't really matter that much. Just because you instantly Riptide off the Empowered Riptide.
Okay, yeah.
But you're just trying to survive right now, so, you know. Prime Wave. You have no NS for 13 seconds, but it's actually okay to Prime Wave like this with NS still, like, not on CD, because this is 12 seconds and this is 13 seconds. So if you're planning on NSing, like, immediately off CD, almost, in a sense, like, this will still be fine. You project. Who do you project here? So, okay, you just project the priest to say fuck you. One thing you can do... Okay, you have no tremor, never mind. I want to see where you use the tremor at. Okay, so you use tremor. You actually put it behind the pillar so you can't fuck with you. Yep, that's good. It's really good. I was actually just going to say, like, one thing you could try to do is, like, throw tremor behind a pillar and just, like, in this situation with this tremor behind the pillar, you could just walk into him. Okay?
Okay.
And, like, you have tremor in a really good spot, and one thing you could do now is basically walk into him and say, hey, you know, fear me, I have tremor down, or go walk behind the fucking pillar and kill my tremor, and I'll walk the other direction. You know what I'm saying? You almost, like, trade spots here, and you put him in, like, a checkmate position. So, like, you going back here and pulling this way, he could walk towards you, kill your tremor, and keep walking towards you. But if you walk towards him, he has to walk away from you. You know what I mean? Like, it's like some reverse psychology shit, and it's pretty good to do. Because
like
if
that.
he doesn't notice the tremor, then you get the free tremor. And if he does notice it, he's just like, oh, fuck this shaman. You know, you get to basically, like, trade position with him, essentially. So
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
That's a decent strat, I guess. You could fast forward to global here. So, where we at? Okay, 20 seconds on Earthen. You're still kind of spamming your instance. What was this here? Just an Earth Grab, and it was like a throw or something? I'm not actually sure what this is. What are we pressing here?
I actually don't even know either.
What's going on the ground?
Earth
Okay,
grab.
just Earth grabbing.
Yep.
All right, I just use cursor macros. You Earth grab the priest. Okay, that's fine. This is pretty sketchy right now. No rescue, no trinket. I mean, this is just a really dangerous situation. You're just kind of living on a prayer here. Situations like this, by the way, like poison cleansing is really, really helpful, man. It's super helpful. It's probably really awkward because you might not have a good bind for like poison cleansing and stone skin. You might think like you normally only use one or the other, but you could bind it here to Sky Fury or Static or anything.
It's on my bars. It's down there, I think.
But I mean, you've been basically dead the whole game, so removing this 5-stack poison is super fucking important, man. Like, it's really, really good. All right, so we're kind of living in like these crunch time situations. NS is available. You don't have Prime Wave now, so like holding it is good. I'm curious to see when the NS comes off CD. What do you do, Link here? I personally think that if you recognized maybe if you had like a Prime Wave tracker or something to show the buff duration, I think if you recognize that you had a Prime Wave with an NS coming off CD right here, oh, that's really close, actually. That's really close. You may have made the correct decision. I thought that the NS would come off as you get out of the Hodge, but I don't think it does. And I don't think you can wait 2 seconds in this scenario right here. So yeah, have you used a Healing Tide yet? Let me kind of rewind a little bit.
I have not used a Healing Tide yet.
I think Healing Tiding at some point in this game would have been good, and you're just kind of like trying to pre-tie to go. You've been holding on to Tide for a while. I think in the opener you basically could not use it, but I think in this scenario right here, like with my DK and a bomb, I probably would have just sent a fucking Healing Tide. It's kind of awkward because like the Pally's running at you and you have an Earthen down, so if like you tie and throw it, you move him out of the Earthen. So if that's your decision making, that's actually the correct decision making. In a sense, like, you know what I mean? Like basically if you drop Healing Tide here, this guy's gonna kill it for free, and if you throw it, you're removing an Earthen, so it feels kind of clunky. That is definitely not bad decision making if that's what you're thinking here. Healing Tide could potentially even still be good here, because you're still struggling to recover, but you still are kind of like spamming instance, so it feels okay. You know, I would say it's actually probably, you know, not super necessary. It's a really good static. Maybe start to like think about Healing Tide like around now, you know. If you could actually get an add-on called what's it called, man? Diminish. So basically, if you have Diminish, you could actually like track your DRs. And if you are like coming off stun DR, let me see here. So we're just going to do like a little quick math. I think like stun DR is like about 18 seconds or something. All right, so you're stunned here. Okay, so after 18 seconds, that'd be 34 and then 26. So at 23:26, you come off stun DR. If you had this information on your screen where you can actively see it, 10 more seconds. It's like a really easy, like kind of like pre-healing tide, knowing you're going to be off stun DR. But it looks like they don't actually stun you anyway. So you'd be coming off stun DR like right now. So this is where you'd be thinking to yourself, like, okay, like I'm off stun DR. I probably want to pre-healing tide this go, essentially. Like this is like tracking your own stun DR is like, oh, someone has it. Oh, he has it. Okay. Oh, you actually do have it. Yeah. You should definitely try to take a look at that, and that's
Did
like when
not
you're gonna try
know
to, like,
I even had that.
pre-healing tide stuff. So I'm gonna fast. Oh, I didn't watch the previous ad, bro. All right. Sorry, I went a little bit too far. So, wait, did I fucking skip a lot?
Oh,
okay, no.
no.
All right, this is where you link here. Wait, what? Sorry, I'm freaking out. Where do we link here? Dude, where the fuck am I at in this game, bro?
Let me turn off these ads really quick.
That's it there. CDEW. Dude, what is going on, man? Fucking professional gamer doesn't know how to use a computer. All right, guys, we found the point where we linked. All right, we linked here. That's fine. Stream here. By the way, I told you to try and spread out streams. In a situation like this, let's say you don't have Healing Tide, but this is a really good time to Healing Tide. This is 100% an okay time to use a double stream. Like, you're kind of getting
I think I use a double stream here in a second.
No other CDs available. So double streaming here isn't bad, but it's definitely a Healing Tide angle pretty soon here. It's a solid knock. Gouge here. So your Earthen, you can't reset it for 2 minutes. That's fine. You're still spreading your streams out. I like it. You should probably drop another one really soon here. Your Prime Wave, you have an NS available. You're going to send it. You have another healing stream coming up. You already sent the next one. It's a full hex there. That's good. You could definitely tell that you guys have been under some heavy pressure here. Fear here. This comp is just so miserable to play, the one you're playing. You're just basically getting pounded until you're not. DR blind here. You got the Earth Shield up. That's good. Unleash. Personally, I would still try to like not use Unleash as my first global. Riptide, Unleash, Riptide. I think it just feels a little bit smoother. R Mastery the kick. Very solid. You have another healing stream coming up. I would like to see that. You have 2 again. Try to Earthen, wasn't available. Riptide, healing stream. Double healing stream, and that's okay. Like, splitting up healing streams is really solid when you have a steady stream of healing. But you still haven't pressed Healing Tide yet, by the way. And I'm not going to give you a hard time because you told me that you, like, recently moved your buttons around, I guess. Well, obviously, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's not... I'm not going to give you a hard time, but definitely need to look for opportunities where you can get this Healing Tide because you probably would have almost had 2 by now. As a matter of fact, Healing Tide's about a 2-minute cooldown. Prep is a 3-minute cooldown, and there's only 1 minute left on prep, essentially. So you actually do the Unleash, Riptide, Unleash here, and that's solid. You need to get another Earth Shield up. The only reason why I don't like the double healing stream here is because you end up using Healing Tide anyway, and I feel like that's probably a little bit overkill. Okay, so these are macros. So sometimes I say you're pressing a button, it's not actually available. They're actually just macros, and that's okay. Casted a big heal there. Good. Primordial. Okay. Primordialing. Oh, you're playing 30-second Primordial. Okay, that's fine as well. All right. And you just fucking get him. Good shit. Not a bad game. Yeah, I mean, the only comments I really have on this is I feel like there was a couple times, well, early on, it felt like the Earth Shield was maybe not as up as much as it should have been. But it didn't feel like that was something that you remained consistent with throughout the game. And what are you playing against now? Okay, you're going to go against another team. And then obviously not using Healing Tide for a while. So I'm going to watch another game here to see if it's something similar. So, like I said, also, I mean, dude, you're healing a Death Knight whose healing is 100% based off HP. Missing out on this 10% stamina is a really big deal. Every single one of his death strikes and shells are 10% stronger. You know? That's definitely very, very helpful.
All right.
And then you're about to go up against some Prez shit. Personally, I would be very surprised if you lost this game on mana. And I think Mana Spring is really, really low value. You're expecting a Mana Spring right now, if you want to see what I'm talking about. Oh, shit. Who's that handsome guy? So I would probably play short Earthen here, just because it lines up, like 2-minute Earthen, because it lines up with big meta, so it's kind of nice. But other than that, Everything looks pretty good. I still personally would play this and drop the Imp Prime Wave. If you need Mana Tide, that is. So what we're looking for here is this, like, versus a comp like this, where they have, like, a whole bunch of, like, Piss CC and AoE CC. It's normally, like, an Earthern reset, like, Healing Stream behind Pillar, Healing Tide behind Pillar. And, like, normally versus a comp like this, I literally just try to, like, ground grip, and then if I fail to ground on grip, I'll, like, poke out a line and, like, you know, drop a whole bunch of healing totems and basically just say, fuck you, like, I'm gonna heal while I'm at LOS. We'll see how you decide to play here. Healing Stream first global, like that. Earthen first global reset. That's very good. Should get some Riptides up now. So the only thing that I'm worried about here is... Okay, you actually ground. Okay, that's really good. You guys are doing the go first. So everything I said is completely irrelevant. You guys are getting the go first, and that's fine. You're trying to run in, get this guy out of the wall. That's good. I don't know if you have a root or not. You could try to root him out of it too. I mean, I don't really need to tell you that. I think you actually know what you're doing with this shit. You are definitely... comprehending every single time it's your turn to CC. The only... Okay. Alright, let's see how you handle the sleepwalk. You get sleeped. Sometimes it happens. He's aura masteried and you're on global. So you can't feel too bad about that. There's nothing you could do. Okay. It looks like you actually second Earthened as well, and you did it right before the sleep, so that's really solid. Still no Healing Tide. I feel like it should be kind of like, it doesn't have to be a Healing Tide angle right now. Basically, if you're not trying to really like pre-tide, it could easily be an NS here. But it's probably going to be one or the other. And I think, okay, Tide's fine. So what I want to see here is try to avoid NSing in a sense, just so you could like space them out a little bit.
Okay.
And the healing streams look good. I mean, you got one up and you got one coming off CD. So it should definitely give you like a little steadier stream. Her shield up there, yeah. Doesn't seem to be a problem. And obviously you use Healing Tide this game pretty early. Riptide first global. Unleash next global. Potentially a little slow there on the Unleash. Feels like you kind of have like a dead global here. I don't know if you use anything. So you press Unleash here, then you try to press Prime Wave. And you're also probably like watching the Sleepwalk. You have Sheer available. Okay. Don't know what stops it.
Dragon.
Okay, you kick it there. That's good. Unleash. Should be a Unleash there. Or sorry, Riptide there. Could have been an Unleash here. But Healing Surge is fine. Prime Wave. Sure. You still have a kick available. And you're using the Focus Frame, which is super solid. Did you proc this Ascendance or did you use this Ascendance? Okay, that's a proc Ascendance, so that's completely fine. You get the lasso up here. Good, good, good. Sorry, I lost track. Thing popped up. Prime Wave here. Earthen here. Okay, never mind. Would have been actually a fine Earthen there. Still Earthening is still okay. But I mean, like right now, you're probably just going to NS. You Riptide. You have a Riptide up. You have a Riptide up. You have an Unleash up here. I would literally be willing to fucking bet my children that you're going to NS here. Oh, fuck. You're casting a Surge? Fuck you, man. That's it. My kids are gone. You can have them. NSing there would have been so prime. You could actually see... You could actually see the downfall here, honestly. If you just shove an NS here, you know what I mean? This guy's going to get topped. This guy's going to get topped. Instead, you go for the cast. You get kicked, and then you get punished. You get punished with a Sleepwalk, and looks like we ain't losing any more sleep, boys. So you have to come out. You have to ascend. But I still... Oh, you actually lost your Prime Wave buff.
Oof.
Yeah, you had to go for the NS in that situation. So maybe a little bit greedy with that NS there. And like I said, I feel like you're normally not greedy with NS, and I feel like being not greedy with NS is generally the play. The healing stream spacing still good. You have another Earthern. Perfect. Throw it down. Get it rolling. Maybe you should be going for more hexes here just to slow shit down. I'm not 100% sure. Could you have Tremor this? You're on global. It's fine.
I don't think I've ever tried to Tremor.
That's fine, and you're an Earthern. Maybe
Fear, but I probably should.
Because you're in the Earthern, but it's okay. Lasso here. Oh, they're doing the go?
No, I fucked this
go. Okay, they are
up.
doing the go. Nice. Could try to double purge it off, but it might not matter. Actually kills it. Could have rooted a little bit faster here. I don't think you expected him to get out of that static so quickly. And then probably should try to knock out of the zone here. And just walk in and just
Oh,
press knock.
static. Oh, yeah, I
Or they
could have
grip you
knocked.
in.
Okay, that works.
Minor things, whatever. Alright, let's see how you survive the next situation here. I'm not really sure how often you're purging. It's kind of hard for me to track, but you throw a flame shock in there, you throw a lava burst in there. That's good. This is gonna be a scary situation here. You get gripped on top. I assume it's gonna be a scary situation. You should probably just wall. Perfect wall. So unleash here is fine. One Riptide on CD. I feel like you should be like kind of trying to set up for a NS now. So the only reason why I don't like this unleash is because I feel like in this situation I would be setting up for an NS. So I would hold the unleash for the last global for a bigger NS. So we'll see if you go for like a prime wave into NS here. Healing Tide's fine. You didn't really have time to get it down. Okay, you got it now. It worked out just because I didn't realize you had Tide there. So the Tide there is completely fine. You know, Tide and NS are kind of just those separate CDs where you might have to NS anyway, honestly. You don't really want to use them like at the same time, essentially. Hawk and Ascendance here. Another stream. And you have a reset now, so I want to make sure that you reset your next... man, he's just getting fucking hammered. Is this a good link here? So unfortunately, you get caught in a situation where you have to NS without Prime Wave or Unleash, and it's just useless, man. It's so fucking bad. That's kind of like why some of the times where... So for example, we'll rewind a little bit here, where you use the Healing Tide. When you commit to the Prime Wave, it might actually just be better to use the NS than the Healing Tide here, just based on the fact that you're basically putting your NS on like a 30-second CD, essentially, I guess, if that makes sense. Oh, you actually use the Prime Wave after the NS. That's a tough call. I normally don't like to Prime Wave, like, just to keep people topped, especially because you have a Riptide charge available anyway, and you have Unleash coming up, so maybe be, like, a little bit more patient with Prime Wave. This is the first time I've seen where it, like, really bit you in the ass, so maybe it's not, like, a reoccurring issue. But it's definitely something that you do want to be careful of, like being a little too willy-nilly with Prime Wave, and I used to actually do it as well, but you really shouldn't be pressing Prime Wave unless you have no charges of Riptide, and you have no Unleash, or you're trying to set up for you're trying to set up for an NS. Because if you're just pressing Prime Wave, like for, you know, healing, you shouldn't press it for healing unless you have none of the other healing options, unless you are trying to set up for that NS. And I think when you Prime Wave here, you don't... Like, this isn't a situation where you're looking to set up for an NS. You just use Healing Tide. I mean, Prime Wave actually barely heals more than a regular Riptide. Heals like 8k more, and you have Riptide available, you have Unleash available. So yeah, I mean, like, in this situation, you're more than likely never going to have to NS. So you get caught in a situation here where you basically have to link because you don't have the Prime Wave, and you actually press... From what I'm seeing, it could be a macro. You actually are trying to press the Prime Wave, potentially. So you got a link here. And we'll see how this goes. Looks like you're getting your go, potentially. I'm not 100% sure. Earth Grab everything. It's obviously good. Healing Stream as soon as it comes off. And now you Prime Wave. And this Prime Wave is fine because obviously like the CDs don't line up, but you're still pressing your instance. Try to press the Unleash after the thing. Perfect. Now you should... You could honestly try to go for a casted heal. You're going to go for one. Yeah, it's good. I probably would have went for it with the Unleash. But nah, you can't actually just because this guy's on your nuts. Sleepwalk. You have a kick available. Hopefully you kick it. Okay. You miss his cast. Shit happens. Nobody's perfect. I'm sure you know that it was a mistake. I'm sure your teammates know that was a mistake. Your DK may have also been able to kick it. I'm not 100% sure. Just got to try really hard to... make sure you don't miss stuff like that.
Yeah.
My son's crying right now. You could potentially make the cast bar bigger if you feel like you're having an issue with it. Sorry. Chair VOD review. Okay, yeah. Maybe make your cast bar a little bit bigger. Obviously, you don't want to miss shears. I still do it to this day, so I can't really give you that hard of a time. It is what it is. I can just tell by your facial expression you kind of already realized, but... okay, so you instantly reset the Earthen again, so, like, I mean, that's just perfect. This is scary. You're in a lot of trouble. It's good rescue. Doing everything you can. You have an arm master. You're probably going to have to send it here. You do send the arm master. You get your guys topped up. Now you have another prime wave. So like what I kind of am hoping for is that you just hold on to this prime wave a little closer to the NS. But I mean, you could use it at any point here and you can still use the NS. But basically, you know, either you use the NS now. Oh shit, I feel like I see you using the prime wave global, but it's not actually going on CD. So scratch everything I just said. Okay. Now you're going to NS. Perfect. 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 I think you might have AG'd without an NS at some point too.
I did, yeah. We were struggling.
Yeah, you do AG right here. I don't know if this is like a Despy AG or what, but honestly, man, the AG with the R Mastery cast isn't that bad. That's not bad. Just because you were in desperate need of healing. You get your NS off there, I think. Yeah. Trying to spam some instance. Okay, you go down here. It's a very scary comp. I'm not sure what you could do to win this. Trying to think here. So I think one of the reasons why this comp is hard for you is because Shroud. So you can either like try to NS Fire Breath off Shroud, or you guys can all use like a thing to get off Shroud, like an Asphyxiate, a Lasso, a Sleepwalk, things like that. And then you could actually like get him involved in the goes. So like trying to get Shroud off versus team is good. I still think that like, especially seeing that your Death Knight's getting attacked the most, I do think that him having 10% more stamina is very, very important. He gets more value out of rescue. He gets more value out of shell. It's possible that, and I could be wrong about this, it's possible that if he's the target in a lot of situations, he might want to play the talent Gloom Ward. If he's not already, I don't actually know how he's spec'd. But there's a talent called Gloom Ward, and it increases the effectiveness of shields on him. So that works on his shell. That works on his. That works on the rescue if he gets rescued. And from what I understand, from what Mez told me, is it also works on Earthern. So this might be important for him if he's playing that, or if he's continuously getting trained. But yeah, hold on. I think I'm gonna watch one more game in a sec here.
Yes, is he gonna watch all 3 games? Let's go! The last game's a good one. We win it.
I'll do one more here. We'll see what happens. Wait, this may have actually been the last game. Oh no, there's one more. Okay, perfect. Let's see the spec here. Okay, so you're queuing into a what kind of hunter is this? I don't actually know. Let me see. You tend to go Mana Spring a lot. I feel like Mana Spring is kind of bad. I can't actually. Okay, it's a marksman hunter. I was gonna say if it's a BM hunter, sorry, it's a survival. If it's a BM or marksman, I think other thing is good. But it's not. So your Mana Spring here. I feel like your Mana Spring here just because you feel like there's no other talent to take. And basically, I would say, you know, I think the 2-minute reset is probably better than Mana Spring here. I think this Mana Spring talent's really, really low value.
Yeah, Mana Spring is kind of just my default.
If it was like pure 100% damp, I could see it. I personally would like the other talent though, but it's not a big deal. But I do think for your next session, you probably just gotta drop like the Prime Wave. But you will definitely have to get in the mindset of basically not pressing Prime Wave unless you're gonna press Nature Swiftness. Like there's sometimes where I press Prime Wave, and I'm like, fuck, I don't actually have to NS anymore, and I'll just do other shit and then just send the NS. Like I'll do a couple like offensive globals and just NS because I just want them paired together so bad. But I'll make sure I do a regular NS, not an AG'd NS. Full trap here. This nerd's killing your totems. Fuck him. I think actually Poison Cleansing might be okay for survival. I don't play it, but it might be okay. I don't want to look into that though. You can look into that. All right, looks like you guys are doing your go. You get static there. That's nice. Or sorry, you get the lasso there. That's nice. I like that your weak R is red when you don't have a healing stream down. It's kind of cool. So you're probably going to go for an Earthen pretty soon here is my guess. You're playing on this priest. Does he have fear? I can't tell on your UI anywhere if he has fear available, but that is a little bit of a dangerous spot. So he does have fear available. I don't know if you could actually do anything about it. I would probably knock him here. It looks like you have a knock. Not the end of the world, but, you know, I mean, overall, like, you do shaman things well. Like, you do good lassos, you're doing good roots, you do good knocks. It's just about doing the right stuff in the right situation all the time. So, I mean, it's hard. But, yeah, I mean, basically at this point in the game, I would probably look to get, like, an Earthern down. So you get full feared here. You could have tried to avoid the fear with either, like, a pre-tremor or a knock, root, or, you know, get the Earthern down, either one. Would have been not a terrible option. Unfortunately, we don't get either. I seriously don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think this comp is, like, crazy bursty, but... You know, you just want to play consistent, play well in every situation. So you get the Prime Mortal wave here. So I would like to personally see an NS with this Prime wave. I think waiting right now is not terrible, but I would have spread out like the Riptides a little bit more. So if you have to NS here, I'm a little bit sad. Unless you get another Riptide out, and now an NS would be good. Yeah, I feel like you're greeting your NS is just a little bit too much. I think a well-timed NS here would just change like the dynamic of how you're recovering. It doesn't look like you need it like that bad yet. So you do the Prime Wave, and then basically once I get that Prime Wave out, I'm already like kind of committing to the Nature Swiftness, so I probably would put the next Riptide on my Death Knight. So right now you're in a situation where you only have like, you know, you have 2 Riptides out. It's not super terrible, but you're not really the kill target. But it does feed into AG, so it's still good. But if this guy has a Riptide here, this would just be like an easy NS global. So I think what I would like to say, like as a note, potentially, and we could like kind of like look back at other notes, like space out streams, you have fixed that. Reset Earthen, fix that. Fix action bars. Use focus frame. You're not actually using one this game, and you did miss a shear, so we'll just put focus frame. Like, we'll just add a little bit more emphasis to make sure you're trying to pay attention to your focus frame, recognizing your focus frame. You put rescue on Omni CD, dispel more dots. I haven't really seen any more of it, but like, sorry, I haven't really seen you fight stuff where dispelling is super important. I don't think it's like crazy important for a Shadow Priest, so I'll just put a star there because we haven't really seen it. I also haven't necessarily seen this, not that you're not doing it, but more so that I just haven't actually paid attention to make sure that you are doing it in situations where you're running. I just haven't perfectly noticed it, and I haven't perfectly noticed like your tide, so I'll just put stars here on these are like old ones, and I'm not 100% sure if it's updated, but I think for like new homework, like commit NS early and often with Prime Wave. Basically, when you commit to that Prime Wave, I would kind of want to see you send the NS. And yeah, I mean, I do think like NS here, like I would have this whole team kind of like topped up.
Interesting. I gotta remember that like
right now
you
you're
can
still kind of
spread
struggling,
Riptides
and
it heals everybody with AG.
I mean, I wouldn't say you're struggling, and to be honest, like you're getting away with not using the CDs, but it's almost just better to use them. And also like in a perfect world, I think NSing before Healing Tide is like good if you're not like trying to get like pre-healing, just like the way the CDs work. Shorter CDs into bigger CDs always works out better. So if you use a 2-minute CD and then, you know, a bit later use a 1-minute CD, there's a dead period. But if you use a 1-minute CD and then use the 2-minute CD, there's a chance your 1-minute CD is off CD again, right? Like it just rotates better, you know? So you end up going the Healing Tide first here again, which I think you've done a couple times now, and it's not wrong to do it, you know what I mean? It really depends on the situation, but that was definitely a good situation where you could, and then you have to go with the NS anyway, you could have gotten the thing off. But I'm not going to lie, I really have to use the bathroom right now. I'm happy to review more of this if you're still here, but dude, I have to go to the bathroom so bad, so I apologize. BRB, guys. Let's go back to this VOD now. I don't think he's still here, but we might as well finish it. Throw this guy away. Full trap. Priest dead. All right. Could have held it for 30 seconds longer. But yeah. Overall, good job. Yeah, I think just NSing a little bit earlier will help. I don't necessarily think like every time you lose, it's your fault. You know what I mean? You know, the comp is completely dependent on like getting good goes. So You know, sometimes it's going to be up to your DPS a little bit to like make sure they finish stuff, but yeah, no, honestly, it's like it's crazy because I feel like I'm not really seeing too much problems, I guess, you know. Just got to try and tighten it up a little bit and you know, focus on getting the goes, I guess. But yeah, not a bad job overall, man. Not a bad job overall. So good luck with your climb.